I was very unexpectedly invited to Fashion Week in Paris, and I don't usually do travel vlogs or anything like that. My channel is mainly about fashion trends, shopping hauls, styling tips, but since this one is strongly related to fashion, plus it was extremely emotional and meaningful for me, I feel like I just have to share this experience with you. So as I said, I was surprised by this invitation to attend a day at Paris Fashion Week. It actually happened a couple of days before the trip itself. I was invited by my closest friend who is right now studying digital fashion, and she herself was also shocked to be invited as a student. So for both of us, it was our first experience in attending Fashion Week in our lives. And although I was thrilled with emotions, it wasn't really convenient for me to go there, even though I live in France. The thing is that me, my husband, and our friends have been planning a trip to London for these exact dates for about half a year in advance. And turned out that I can go with them to London only for one day, and then the next day I have to leave to Paris. But anyway, I just couldn't miss this chance, and my husband was also very supportive about this idea, which eventually I never regret, and even the opposite. It was honestly life-changing for me. So today's Friday, I'm flying to London. My flight should take me around 2 hours. The weather promises to be sunny and warm, which is a luck to catch a good weather in London. And I just absolutely adore this city, especially in fall. It's so cozy, everything is so beautiful. Its unique architecture, these entrances with white columns, red brick houses. I'm honestly a huge London fan. Upon arrival, I went to the hotel, just to change, refresh, and get ready for dinner. We lived in the Other House hotel in Kensington, a very stylish, beautiful hotel in a chic area. And for dinner, we went to Amazonica. Not our first time there. Incredible atmosphere. I love everything about it, the food, the interior design, the music, and especially the way they serve the cocktails. Being already a little bit tipsy, we went for a walk, did a window shopping. I captured the latest trend of the season, which is of course panties. We walked along the streets in Soho, went to several bars, so it was a very fun evening. In one of the bars, they even asked me for my ID, which was very flattering. I thought it will never happen again in my life since I already passed 18, 25, and even 30 a long time ago. So eventually we returned to the hotel and went to bed at about 4:30 in the morning. The next day we had breakfast, walked a little with the guys, we had lunch at street food fair, and then I went on Eurostar train, which gets you from London to Paris in just 2 hours. It is incredibly convenient, the train itself, very comfortable and high quality as well. The weather in Paris was much warmer than in London. It feels like it's already beginning of October and you want to wear some kind of a jacket. Then in Paris, it still felt like summer. During the day, it was plus 27 degrees Celsius, so yeah, you can imagine. We stayed at the Manolita Hotel, which is located in Montmartre district. Some might call it a bohemian area for creative people like actors, artists, and Manolita is a boutique hotel with a very new, beautiful renovation, pleasant stuff, very delicious breakfast. In the evening, we went to Marly Cafe. The place itself has stunning location. It is a famous tourist spot right next to the Louvre, and they told us to dress elegantly. Turned out there was no dress code whatsoever from what I saw. But anyway, we had a lot of fun. Had a little bit more champagne than expected. And then the next morning I just had to apply some kind of a mask to my face to just freshen up. And this one with vitamin C, it just simply does the job. It refreshes the face and tones the skin, gives this kind of revitalized and hydrated glow. I didn't manage to film my whole getting ready process since we were really in a big rush. So here is a glimpse of the final outfit. The shoes are Mango, dress and blouse, Sister Jane, and a bag from Magda Butrym. There were 5 shows that day, I think, 2 at 12, 3, 5, and then 7. And by the way, none of them started on time. A lot of people came only maybe for the last 2 ones, but we of course did not miss any of them. We arrived before everything started and stayed until the very end. So to say that my feet were sore after holding heels is to say nothing. As we understood the concept of the event, it started from the lesser known designers in the morning because the halls were half empty, and then as the evening approached, They were the most anticipated and more famous ones, judging by the number of guests and their exquisite looks. The date was a mix of designers from different European countries like Hungary, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and I honestly knew only Andre Tan. He's quite popular in Ukraine, and this is where I originally came from. During the breaks, everyone gathered in a luxurious courtyard, and there they could have some coffee or a glass of champagne, just chat and make some new useful contacts. I also like that in 3 couple of hours you can leave, grab some lunch or just take a walk, which was very relaxed and convenient schedule. All the collections were displayed downstairs in the halls, and I eagerly anticipated one in particular. I was mesmerized by this gorgeous negligee with the wet effect fabric and feathers. Turned out it was the most beautiful and highly anticipated show of the day. The designer is also Ukrainian, which was no surprise why the collection is so breathtaking. Everyone was literally stunned by it. We also met my friend's boss and her team who invited us, and eventually we spent like really good quality time together. And you know, this unforgettable experience made me realize that my passion for fashion goes far beyond what I ever imagined. So I now aspire to establish myself in this field even deeper and stronger, because the whole atmosphere that day, that energy, it was just truly incredible. I hope I managed to transmit at least a part of it in this short video. On this note, as always, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.